The title for my second panel, An Eternal Sorrow, explains the deep compassion that Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel is expressing as he recalls his memories of Holocaust. As you study his portrait, I wish to point out several unusual details that occurred while I was painting him. After I completed drawing his eyes, nose, and mouth, I stood back and saw red stains appearing in them. I did not paint these stains. They were already in the panel. I then completed drawing his face and chin, but I noticed I had made a mistake on the left cheekbone. I asked myself, how could I erase this black acrylic? Then I thought of sandpaper. The sanding not only erased the wood for me, but had accentuated the veins that almost sculpted his chin for me. Just to the very right of Elie Wiesel, two large wood knots came through in the blackened area. They are suggestive of skeletal eyes that tell you of the mass genocide that occurred during Holocaust. In the right center area, just beneath the billowing smoke, is a mass grave. Under these deceased victims, you will see two white arms pushing upward. They were the young arms of Elie Wiesel as he was thrown alive into this grave. After hours of struggling, he finally pushed the heavy bodies off of himself in order to breathe and saved his life. Next to the fire in the far right area, I was painting the head and arm of a body. The burnt hand and fingers that you see were in the wood. That's exactly where I would have painted this hand, but the wood had already created it for me. The railroad tracks were inspired by the many wood veins that flowed through the center of the painting. I then proceeded to paint the hundreds of trains that you see in the distance. Their destination was the concentration camp. This meant death to every passenger. Notice the shocking white paint seen at the end of this track. I wanted the viewer to hear and feel a screaming sensation in this area, as there was no end in sight to the inhumanity that was occurring during Holocaust. The billowing black smoke in the upper section of the panel wants to stretch forward and touch the viewer. It warns us to hear them, help them. Never let this happen again anywhere.